Okay, so in this video, we'll be studying about important dates in history, class 10th ICSE. So the first question is, Mangal Pandey was hanged in the year 1857. So Mangal Pandey was hanged in the year 1857. Also, these dates would be very important for you to remember, as they will be some questions in the exam wherein they will ask you about important dates, like important dates and important events. So you'll have this video would be really helpful for you. Formation of Indian National Congress, INC, was in the year. So the Indian National Congress was formed in 1885 by A.O. Hume. Early nationalism phase was from. So now they are asking like what was the phase in which early nationalism was prevalent. So the year will be 1885 to 1905. Assertive nationalism phase was from dash to dash. So after early nationalism phase, assertive nationalism phase took its place. So it started from 1905, exactly where early nationalism phase ended, and from 1905 to 1919. And from 1919 to 1947, approximately it was Gandhian phase. It's known as Gandhian phase. Partition of Bengal happened in 1905 by Lord Curzon. Lord Curzon. Curzon. Okay. Formation of Muslim League was in the year. The Muslim League was formed in the year 1906. And the first session of Muslim League was held in 30th September 1906 is 1906. Non-cooperation movement began in the year 1920. And civil disobedience movement was launched in the year 1930, exactly a decade after. Not exactly, but roughly around a decade later. The Rowlatt Act was passed in the year 1919. Jallianwala Bagh incident, or we could say massacre, happened in the year 13th April. It happened in the year 1919, but to be exact, it happened on 13th of April 1919. Khilafat movement happened in the year 1919. So Jallianwala Bagh incident or massacre and Khilafat movement all happened in the same year. So so these Jallianwala Bagh incident and Khilafat movement were the causes for non-cooperation movement. Withdrawal or suspension of non-cooperation movement was in the year 1922. It happened due to the incident of Chauri Chaura, wherein a police station was attacked and burned by a mob of peasants. So I'll just scroll this down. And I'll clear all my drawings. Okay. Moving on to the next question. Civil disobedience movement. Okay, so incident of Chauri Chaura, which was like cause of the withdrawal or suspension of non-cooperation movement. It happened in the year 1922. But to be more precise, it happened at 5th February 1922, due to which non-cooperation movement was suspended. Civil disobedience movement began in the year 1930. As I said before, non-cooperation movement and civil disobedience movement were like roughly around a decade. There was a decade gap between them. Simon Commission came to India in the year 1927. Again, to be exact, it happened on 3rd Feb 1927. Okay. So, moving on to the next question. Lahore session of Indian National Congress, INC, where Purna Swaraj was passed. It happened in the year 1929. Purna Swaraj or complete independence? Purna Swaraj or complete independence? Moving on to the next question. Dandi March, Salt March, Salt Satyagraha. So these are different names of the same, like Dandi March, Salt Satyagraha are all same. Was held in the year 1930, and the day was 12th March. So moving on to the next question, Gandhi Avan Pact was made in the year dash. So the correct answer would be 1931. Or to be exact, it happened from November 12th, 1930 to January 1931. So in this pact, there were a few conditions that had to be made on behalf of both gentlemen. So Gandhiji promised that he would suspend the civil disobedience movement and not pressing for investigation. And Lord Irwin promised that he would release all political prisoners and permit the free collection of salt. So these were some of the conditions that both parties promised, and this pact was known as Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Then moving on to the next question, Quit India resolution was passed in the year 1942. Formation of forward bloc was in the year 1939. Okay. So objectives of the forward bloc, which was a party which was made by Subhash Chandra Bose, was reorganization of industry and agriculture on socialist lines, abolition of zamindari system. So these were the objectives of the forward bloc. Reorganization of industry and agriculture on socialist lines. So one is capitalist versus socialist. And Subhash Chandra Bose, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose opted for the socialist line. Second is abolition of zamindari system. So zamindari system was basically that there were some landlords who had vast tracts of land, and there were some peasants which used to work and work on those lands to grow crops and food. So landlords had the job to collect crops from the peasants and generate revenue from it and deliver the revenue to the state. So these landlords were commonly very harsh on the peasants, and they used to mercilessly exploit the farmers and the peasants. So what Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was opting for here is that he would abolish the zamindari system. That is that he would no longer give the authority and the control mainly to the landlords. And then the third objective was the introduction of a new monetary and credit system. So these are some of the objectives of the forward bloc. And moving on to the next question. So these questions have been repeated. So I would cut this question off. There's no need to look at this question, so you could forget it. Formation of Indian National Army was in the year 1942. So the Indian National Army was formed in the year 1942. Again, there were objectives of the Indian National Army, and they were organize an armed revolution and fight the British with modern arms. The second objective was provisional government of Free India. So there would be a provisional government of Free India which would be formed in order to mobilize all the forces effectively. And the third objective was total mobilization of Indian manpower. So these were the objectives of the Indian National Army, or INA for short. And finally, the Mountbatten Plan was announced in the year 1947. The exact date was 3rd June 1947. The first point, there were a few points in the Mountbatten Plan. And the main points, of course, in Mountbatten Plan were that two dominions would be formed, India and Pakistan. The second point was boundary commission. So when the partition was decided upon, like what states would Pakistan receive, what states was belong to India. So in case that was decided, the boundary commission would decide the boundary between the two dominions or countries. The third point was that states such as Bengal, princely states such as Bengal, Punjab, Sylhet, Sindh, NWFP means Northwest Frontier Province. These states or princely states were given the choice of remaining independent or joining either of the two dominions, India or Pakistan. And the fourth point was framing of constitution. So both dominions would form their separate constitution. The existing constitution would apply only to India, and a separate constitution would be framed for Pakistan. So this brings us to the end of this video. I hope you learned some important dates and objectives and facts in this video. And stay home, stay safe, take care.